So to start to create a React project, you need to firstly think about create a folder. Just create a folder first and give it a name for your project. For example, you may do a blog or you're working on some company's website. Just give a name of that project. So this, for example, it's quite msymbol. This is my project name, msymbol blog, msymbol blog. Create a folder with a project name, and you can open with code or open with git bash here. Alright, so inside it, you can open the terminal to create a React app. So the command for it will be npx create React app, and put a dot here. Dot means we'll create a React app inside this folder, in current folder, and we're using this folder's name as a project name. Alright, this is gonna take a couple minutes. Right, meanwhile, we can go to the GitHub to create the GitHub repository when this one is running. So let's go to the GitHub. Right, so search for GitHub, and usually the first one. And log into your GitHub, and you can go ahead and click this new here to create a repository, or you can go to your repository, click on the new here, right, the green button. You just create a new project, and give it a name. We can just call it the same name, msymbol blog. And the description is optional. You can just put something or not, it doesn't matter. And just go ahead and click on create a repository. Right, the repository is created, and let's just leave it here for now. Let's see if that's finished. It's still running. Right, so it is installing. So again, it will firstly put the package.json here and start to install all the dependencies, all the libraries it needs to create a React project. So it's going to be all in the Node modules folder.
Are we making a new React project?
Yes. Just help you to review it, so you help you to review how we create a React app, and so you can use that to create your new project. Right, almost there. Let's see what else we need to do. I cannot. Yeah, I think that's it. Just waiting for that one to finish. All right. Still waiting. Right, so it's done. So it says happy hacking. That means the installation is finished. Okay, so we can see it just initialized all the things for us about the React project. It has node modules, has a public folder, source folder, and package.json, package.json. Right. So let's firstly commit those changes to the GitHub. Right. So git add dot. Do I need to? Yeah, I can just do git add dot, git commit -m. This first commit. Commit this to the msymbol website. So not msymbol website. It's a mess branch. It's commit working trickly. Git a push. Right. So we just commit it, and let's copy this 2 lines here. Let's push this to the GitHub here. Alright, so first commit, you need to copy the 2 lines here. Push add existing repository from the command line. Remember that? So right now, if I refresh a page, you should be able to see the code inside here. Alright, that's the first commit to create a React application. Okay, let's start this project. See what it looks like right now. So npm start. Remember, we only have the client side right now because the React is only controls the client side. If we want the server side, we have to create server.js file by ourselves. Right. So while it is starting, let's go ahead and create the server file. Right. So a new file here, server.js. Let's just create an empty file for now. And I think the application is running. Right. This is the potential, the default page for the React homepage, the app.js. So you can go ahead and go to the app.js to change it, right, in app.js. So you can get rid of everything inside the return. Just say empty div here, and put the h1 hello from React. Right, so hello from React. And we can get rid of some things we don't need. For example, we do not need the logo. We can go ahead and also delete the logo file inside the source folder. Something we don't need. And let's see, index.css. We don't need that. We can delete that from the index.js. Service worker, you can leave that here. App CSS, let's clear it up. That's the default CSS. Let's take a look of. I think that's it. Why did it give me an error here? Okay, that's good. Yeah. Save the files. Make sure all the files are saved. Right. So now it's just empty. Have a hello from React. And the first thing we need to do is grab the libraries we need. We need the Bootstrap. So let's go grab the Bootstrap. Go to Bootstrap. Search for Bootstrap. First one here. And get started. Get started. To copy the Bootstrap CSS here. Copy. And let's go ahead, paste that into the public index.html. Gonna make it right before title. Right here. Okay, so once we paste it in, we can use the Bootstrap classes to style our pages. And if you need if you need icon, you also need to copy the font awesome. That is Bootstrap. So remember, the structure for the whole project is this is a single page application, so we only have one page here, which is index.html in the public folder. That's the only page we have. And inside here we have a div. It has ID root, and this one is connected with index.js here, right? So the only one line here, it says we want looking for the element with ID root. Let me make the font size bigger. Let me make it bigger. So we have a one line in the index.js. It says we're looking for the element with ID root and put app.js inside it. Put the app component inside it. So index.html is linked with index.js and then link with app.js. Right, app.js. And in app.js we just have a hello from React. And this is why you can see the hello from React on our page here. Right? So whatever we write in the app.js, it's going to send to the index.html and showing inside there. Right? And we can go ahead create our other components and connect them together. So for example, we can firstly install the libraries we need. npm install React router DOM, right, which is the router allows us to navigate from one component to another component. Right, and also let's in the source folder, let's create a new folder for components. So we have a components folder in the source folder, and we can put other components inside it. For example, we can have the home.js, which is going to be our home page, right? Home.js, and I'd like to have a folder inside it called utility to have some utility components, right? So new file inside it, it can be navbar.js, and another one can be footer.js. Footer and navbar, put the navbar inside it. Have home components, and another one we can have a about.js, about page. And yeah, let's just start from these two pages. And we just installed the React router DOM. It's finished. Let's go back to app.js to import it. I actually forgot what we need to import. It's checking the old project we've done before. So you can either open the project you have here, or go to your GitHub looking for the old ones you've done before. So for example, I'm going to go to my GitHub, looking for my repositories, and the Wavemaker application. Let's checking that. So there's some things I can copy from here. It's definitely we're going to use it later, right? So the first thing is server.js. That's basically something that we always share. So let's just copy this whole file here, right? We just copy that. That's definitely something we're going to use. Copy it. Just bring it to the server.js here. It's basically the same thing. Paste it here. All right. Let's go back. What else we can copy? We can go to the source folder. Go to the app.js. I forgot how to import the React router DOM, but we can find it here. Import browser router as router route switch from React router DOM. Let's copy that. That is how we import it. Let's put that inside the app.js. Let's close these files. App.js is here. Let's put it here. All right, and right, so let's go to our first component, which is home.js here. So RCC generates the component, and inside here I can say h1 hello from home. Well, obviously it's not gonna automatically replace the hello from React, because the home.js is not connected with app.js yet, and we're gonna need to connect them together with the React router DOM. The way we do it, is to write the router and the switch here with different routes. Right, router and switch. So let's go ahead and create it. So app.js, instead of have the div h1 here, we're gonna have a router and have a switch. Inside it, we're gonna have different routes. Every route is going to have a path, right? Path, exact, and a component. So the first one is a home page. So that's going to be the landing page for my whole project. That's going to be the first page user going to be able to see. So I'm going to make the path as slash. That means that I can just when user just go to my website without have any path, just going to see that, right? Components. This is why, like you can see, when you go to WebMaker, you will be able to see the login page. Because for the login page, we'll have the path equal to slash. But right now, we're going to have a home page. So we're going to have a home page with path equal to slash. I also need to import it. We can just use the auto import here. Import the home from components home here. If that doesn't work, you just go ahead and to manually enter that. So we import the home from components folder and the home.js file. Now, if you go to the your application page, it shows hello from home. You can feel free to add anything inside it right now. You can feel free to add any a paragraph, lorem, something like that. Feel free to add anything, and you're going to be able to see the lorem here, right? And you can also use in the Bootstrap classes right now. So because we imported the Bootstrap, so we can see class name equals to container, so we can move things into the middle a little bit, right? Let's go ahead also adding the about page to our app.js. Let's firstly initialize the about.js file. rcc initialize it. So let's have h1 inside here. Hello from about. Alright, so let's also add an about page into our app.js. So we can have another route. You can make up those different paths. And for the about path, I want it to be slash about. And the component is equal to the about. Right, so let's manually import it. Import about from // components folder and the about.js. Right. So now, if you just come to this page, the first page you're gonna see definitely is going to still be the home page. But if you manually change the the URL here, into localhost 3000/about, it's going to bring you to the about page. So we have two pages. We have the landing page, home page, and with the slash about, let's go to the about page, two pages, right? And we can also create links, navigate around. So for example, in the home.js, let's import link and create link here. So let's say link. I think I need to import it first. Import link from React router down. I'm gonna link. This is to /about because that is path for the about component. So say go to about page. Right, go to about page. And in the about page, so actually let's just first try to go. Oh, what's wrong with it? Link is a void element tag. What? Let's see. Oh, it should be capital L. Why it needs to lowercase? Yeah, so I have a link, go to about page. If I click on that, it's bring me to the about page, right? And if you want a button come back, you can go ahead and create a button come back. So go to the about page, let's create another button. Let's copy the link, import link first. Gonna import it here, and let's create another link here. Right. So link. Let's go back home. Right. And to slash. Right. If we go back to home, the path for the home is just slash. So just go to the slash. So now if I just go to about page, go back home. I have two buttons. I can navigate around. And you feel free to add any more buttons, link them together, and also you can create a nav bar on the top, right? So if you want a nav bar, you can just go to Bootstrap, just looking for the nav bar. You can just actually have the code there for you, nav bar, and maybe I want a nav bar like that. Just copy this whole nav, this whole part of code. Copy that. I'm gonna put that into my navbar.js. Right, don't just copy and paste. We need to firstly generate a component inside here, and put the code inside this div here. Right, put that code in the inside div here. It's gonna have some error here because we need to fix a couple things. Let's see what we need to fix here. For the input, right? For the input, you need to add in a slash after it, and that's it. Let's fix everything here. And also for the class, you can change that to class name. So we can just Control F, looking for class. There's a toggle. Actually, looking for class equal. Change that to class name equal. Replace all of them. Right, save it. So we just create the navbar, copy the navbar from the Bootstrap, alright? And let's put that navbar inside the application. If you want the navbar to show for all your pages, you do not have to put the navbar in every pages. You just go ahead, put the navbar inside app.js, right? You can just put it here, in between the before the two components. Just put the navbar. I put navbar tag here. Of course, you need to import it. Import navbar from /components/utility/navbar. Right, so you can just use navbar here. And later, we can also put a footer down here after the other components. Right, so then it will be always showing, no matter what path it is, it's always going to show the navbar and the footer. So now if you check your page, you can see here is my navbar. It is showing here. And I think my content is blocked by my navbar, I believe. Is that true? Let me check it. Should I put that inside the switch or outside the switch? Maybe I shouldn't put it inside the switch. Let's try to put it here. Yeah, put that outside of a switch. Put the navbar outside of the switch. Right, so navbar is always showing on my about page or on my home page. It's always have the navbar here. And you can also feel free to style the navbar on by yourself. Like you can change the stuff inside here. For example, if you don't want this button to look like that, you can change that. Right. You can go ahead, go to the navbar, change the content here. For example, I don't want to say navbar, I want to say m symbol. Change that into m symbol, so navbar changes to m symbol. I have home link. Let's say home. That's fine. Instead of a, I may want to use link. I want to use link, and it's not going to be href. It's going to be to slash. Right, link is not defined, so we need to import link first. So it's going to tell you if you didn't import it, just go ahead and import it. React router down. Right, something you can do. Right, go ahead, change it, and you can also change other things. Go back about page, home page. Right, we have buttons here as well. And the second one, I don't want it to be link. I just want it to be about us. Change the A into link, href into to attribute, right? To /about. So I can have two links here: about us, homepage. Right? You can also feel free to change other two here. These are just examples. But if you do not like the search bar, you can also delete that from the navbar if you don't like it. So everything is in here, but you can just delete that. Okay, for example, I don't like this navbar, this search. I just delete this form here. Then you won't have the search bar there. All right, and I think this. Let's see, yeah, this is also to use the navbar to make it like a responsive. You also need to import the JavaScript file from Bootstrap. So to do that, you need to go to the Bootstrap, get started. You also need a JavaScript file. Like you can copy the 3 lines here. This Bootstrap has its CSS and it also has its JavaScript. You can copy the 3 lines here. Copy that. And go ahead and put that inside the index.html. I can put it just right after the CSS. I put it here. Right, so then it will be responsive. You can use in the drop down here, and you can also like when the screen gets smaller, you can the navbar will be like that. I drop down, right? So using the JavaScript file Bootstrap provided. Right, and the server will just copy the file from the WebMaker. So you can try to do the Node.man server. Let me just do it on the right. So just open another window on the right. You can do Node.man server. I believe it's going to tell you a couple errors because we haven't installed the all the libraries we need, like a cookie parser and something like a Express session. You need to go ahead npm install cookie parser and Express session and maybe the passport. After you install all libraries, the server will be running. All right, or you can just focus on the front end first, then just working on the server side later. It's up to you to want to working on them on the same time. All right, and so once you finish every one feature, you can go ahead commit your changes. Git add dot, git commit -m. Let's say landing home and about page, and also this is navbar. Just remind yourself what you did inside this commit. Right, it's just commit, not all meet. Commit, and go ahead and push it. Push it to the GitHub. Like keep working on that, and don't forget to go to the Heroku, right, to create a new project. So you can deploy your application here. Right, go ahead, go to Heroku, your dashboard. There's a new button. Click on that. Create a new app. Just give it a name like an M symbol blog, right? So create app. And inside deploy here, you need to choose GitHub. Connect to GitHub, and looking for the repository. Just you give to your GitHub. That's called the M symbol. You just search for that. This one, right? M symbol block. Just connect it, and enable the automatic deploys. And just go ahead and deploy the branch. Right, that's all you need to do. And the application will show there. Nice. Right, I think that's it for today's class, and I'll post the videos online as well, so you can use that to start your project. Alright, so I'm gonna stop.